Alright guys, welcome to another video on PHP. Well, in this video we're just gonna look at how the whole video series is gonna be structured, and we will actually also start doing some coding. Alright, so on my I've prepared a document just to actually guide us on that. So let's see. So basically we are going to look at how to display things to the browser. We are going to look at basic variables. We are going to look at data types, working with screens. Why did I say screens? Working with strings, working with numbers, getting inputs from the user, global variables, arrays, conditional statements, loops or repetitions, functions, and classes, or your OOP, object oriented programming. Anyway, without wasting any time, let's actually get started. So let's actually get our first PHP script running. Just go to your search box and search for your example. And by the way, if you haven't see the part 1 of this series where we actually installed XAMPP and Sublime Text, I would advise that you start with that. I'll actually leave a link below on the screen or somewhere. Watch that and actually install those two. Alright, anyway, now you open your XAMPP. After opening it, make sure you start this Apache and the MySQL. MySQL is for database. At this stage is not needed, but just get used to the habit of starting this two. After that, now just go to explore. Here where there's a yellow folder that says Explorer, just go there and click that. That will take you straight to where your XAMPP it's installed. Okay, and then when you are here, you want to go to this htdocs. Remember on part 1 of the series we said here it's where we are going to save our PHP files. Because right now when we go and say localhost, that's the directory that shows there. Alright, now okay, let's actually start by creating our first script, PHP script. Alright, open your Sublime Text. Alright, so this is my Sublime Text, and let's save this to the same directory. Remember, my XAMPP is installed on drive C, and then under this folder the one that says XAMPP and then under htdocs, right? So here we are going to, I'm gonna save this file as what, hello world. Alright, hello world.php. Save that. Okay, so this is my PHP file. Now let's see how do I actually display things on the browser. So when it comes to PHP, we'll have to open using this this bracket. Always open a PHP file like this. If you want to write PHP inside, you open this with a that open bracket with a question mark and then PHP, and then here this is where you write your code, right? And you close it with that question mark and PHP. Okay, so now we're just gonna create a very simple script that displays, what is it, that display hello world to our browser. So now when I'm here, we can just go to our file, right? Remember the file is return hello world. So let's start by refreshing this. Okay, then let's look for hello world. As you can see, this is hello world. When I click here, look at this. Now there's nothing displaying on the screen, right? So in order to display things here, let's look at how to do that. So if you say echo, the word that we normally use in PHP, it's echo for display. All right, and followed by this quotation marks, and then close with a semicolon. So here we can, inside this quotation marks, we can write whatever that we want to show on the screen. So we want to show hello world. Don't forget to close it with that semicolon. All right, so now if I refresh this, as you can see, now it displays hello world to the screen. Okay, all right, so now PHP works hand in hand with HTML, right? So basically it will be wrapped around HTML code, and the PHP will be helping that HTML to actually change things interchange things dynamically. So hey, you know the word. So yes, now let's close this. Even though this is a PHP file, right, I can actually say HTML, write my HTML text like this. So what I did, I just typed HTML and then press tab, and then our Sublime will actually complete all the text that are needed. You know, you had the text and everything. So this is actually a good revision again of your HTML. So here, this is your title, right? So let's just say hello page, right? So whatever that I wrote here, if I refresh, it will be displayed here, right here on the top, hello page. That's just the revision of how HTML works. Now inside this here, I can display PHP script. You know, remember, this is how we write PHP. We open it with those brackets, and then inside here I can write whatever that I want to write. Hello, my name, you know, hello, my name is David, for example. And as you can see, now this thing is displaying inside that. If you were to click F12 in your keyboard, just press F12, you can see here on elements that this is actually wrote inside what, a PHP file, you know, I mean a HTML file. As you can see, we see all those HTML files, but we don't see the PHP scripts here. Hence PHP, it's actually what, the back-end language. It never shows here, you'll never see it. All right, okay, cool. So now this sentence says hello, my name is David, right? That's how you display things to what, to on PHP. So we're gonna use the echo command to actually display strings and numbers, you know. All right, so okay, now let's look at something called a variable. All right, let's look at something called a variable. So underneath this, let me write another text here. In fact, let me do this here. Let me not just put it there, let's put it on a new line and say echo here. And all close that. Remember to put this semicolon at the end of each line whenever you are done writing a line, right? Put that semicolon, otherwise it will give you errors. I will actually show you right now. Alright, so David is a computer science student. Let's remove this line there. Let's see what happens if I don't put that semicolon at the end. Refresh this. Okay, in this case it actually managed to do it, right? That's because this is the last line. Okay, what if I did it here? Just close here, let's put a comma here. Let's do it here, because here on this line I remove this. So let's see what happens. Okay, so it says a syntax error, unexpected echo, right? Expecting that a comma or semicolon, right, on this line, on line 9 of this file hello world. All right, line number 9 here is telling us that there was an unexpected thing. So now as you can see, if you leave out that semicolon, that's what actually happens. Alright, so make sure that whenever you are done with the line, put that semicolon at the end. Alright, now let's go to the variables. Okay, now imagine, let's refresh this. Okay, hello, my name is David. David is a computer science student, right? Imagine that if I wanted to change this name and make it John or make it James, whatever it is, right? In this case I will have to go through each and every line and actually change that manually. Make John here, for example, and also come here and make this John. All right, like this. That's when it's going to change those names, right? But what if this was a paragraph, or or the whole newspaper, that context with all those names there that I have to replace? So that's where you get to see what's this, the use of what we call the variable, just one name that we can interchange whenever we like. In fact, let me just show you. So the way you actually define a variable, you actually start with the $sign and then the description of that particular thing that you are going to store there. So in this case it will be the name, and let's just say here David, right? Like that. So now I can actually put these instead of John there. I can actually put this here and also put it here. So wherever there is that a thing, now when I refresh, this will go back to David, right? So if I want to change, I only change this one line and say this is James now, and now that will change everywhere where there's that name, So that's what actually variables are. Variables such as containers, where we can store information inside, that we can use later. All right, so I don't want to make this video long. I think we're just gonna end it here. Let me know in the comments below how to find the video. If you like it, hit a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down, and leave a comment. They do actually help in terms of improving the videos. Anyway, love you guys. Until next time, cheers.